So you're looking to pay for college, maybe $250,000. There are three ways to do that. You can be poor and smart and get a free full scholarship. You can be as rich as Romney and you don't care. Or for us mere mortals, there's another way. You work the angles. You try to protect your assets and your income so that it doesn't get gouged away by the IRS or by the college aid officer when they're doing your aid formula. Here's an example of the kind of angles I'm talking about. Your objective, if you're the parent, should be to put as much as you possibly can into your retirement account when your youngster is just 2 years old or 10 years old. Why? Because when it's there in an IRA or in a 401k, your assets are protected from both the IRS and from the college aid formulas. It's a safe, protected environment. Another angle you can work. Be very careful if grandma's going to be giving money to the kid for help paying college. And the reason is that if you do it wrong, any money that she gives your youngster or that your grandfather gives the youngster when he's headed off to college is going to be snatched by the college aid officer. That's because they would consider that contribution to be money from the sky and they can just grab it and lower your scholarship. So the smart thing to do is to wait until after you get your term bill and then have grandma or the uncle or whoever it is give money to the parent, not to the kid, so it doesn't get seized in the aid formula. Here's a third angle you should be thinking about. If you're the parent, where do you protect assets besides in your 401k? And at some colleges it works. Some colleges it works to pay off your mortgage because they don't count very much of your home equity and you can build up your home equity. So what are those colleges? Well, there's a list of them that's available at Forbes.com. And I'll cite a couple of them. There are 25 mostly elite colleges. Duke, Penn, and Swarthmore are on the list. These are colleges where paying off a mortgage is a smart financial strategy for the parent. Angle number 4, 529 college savings plans, which are a great deal for a lot of middle-class families because the earnings on those plans are totally tax-free as long as you use the whole proceeds, earnings plus principal, for the appropriate activity, which is tuition. So what are the two things that you need to look for on a 529 plan? They're basically just two questions, and one of them is, do I get a state income tax deduction for putting money in? And if the answer is yes, you almost certainly ought to be doing one of these plans. And number 2 is, are my fees low? By low fees, I mean less than 1/5 of a percentage point per year. If you can get a low fee, good deduction plan from your state, go for it. That's a great plan. Number 5 on my list of angles has to do with what do you want to save in if you're doing savings beyond the amount that you want to put into a 529. You don't want to put all your assets into a 529. You want some flexibility. And I think the smart thing to do there is to avoid the temptation to set up a gift account for the minor, a uniform transfers to minor account. There are all kinds of problems with that. And one of them is that the college aid officers treat those accounts very harshly. I think the smart saving beyond the 529 would be in the parent's name, and the smart kind of saving would be growth stocks, even if it means letting go of some of your growth stocks in your retirement account and switching it to something safe. Put the growth stocks in your taxable account in the parent's name.